Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Former President Joe Biden's crackhead son, Hunter Biden, has launched into a profanity-laced tirade on a podcast. He is mad at Donald Trump, comparing his immigration policy to KKK tactics, while the White House responded by saying, yeah, but have you seen the successes that we've been doing? Give me a break. He called him a thug and declared that if he were president, imagine, that he would go to El Salvador and say, hey, you better send us back our terrorists. You better send us back our human trafficking, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. If you don't do that, we'll invade you. He also did the whole liberal thing that they love to do when they're mad about immigration. And they're like, yeah, well, who's going to clean your toilets? Which is amazing. Amazing, because it opens up the door to say, who cleaned your toilets after you were on a bender in hotel rooms?
Number 6.
The Alabama Securities Commission and the Secretary of State, Wes Allen, are looking into a Ponzi scheme that donated money to multiple political campaigns. Now, there's no sign of misdeeds by any of the people who took this money, but they are, of course, getting pounded on social media for this. It was an investor, I guess, with the Georgia Republican Party with deep ties there who donates money across the country, but he was running a Ponzi scheme and stealing up to $140 million. That's what the suggestion is. That $140 million has been stolen from various families, and luckily they've now caught him, and they're going to turn around and hopefully, I would hope, make these people whole eventually, but they are returning the money. Andrew Sorrell is one of the people who raised some money that was donated by this family. They have given that back. That's good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Number 5.
All right, Mark Green is a Tennessee United States representative. He has rendered his resignation from the United States House of Representatives to pursue a private business interest. Now, I'll just tell you this. I don't like this, okay? This is a real problem. Now, there's a couple things here that impact all of us in this country, which is why this is important. 1, he ran for re-election not too long ago. 1. 2, this narrows the GOP majority further. Now, he said, I stayed to get the big, beautiful bill passed, and that was one of his focuses. But there are now 4 openings in Congress, and the Republicans have a 1-seat majority. Now, is there any fear that this seat go to like some left-wing Democrat? No, obviously not. But guys, if you're going to run for office, stay in your seats. I mean, if you're not going to stay, don't run. Just stop. It's not good form. I don't like it.
Number 4.
U.S. Senator Katie Britt has commended cuts to NPR and PBS in President Donald Trump's rescission bill, correctly arguing that they counter the left's agenda, which public broadcasters refuse to acknowledge and address. Now, I'm going to remind you again and again and again and again, public broadcasters here in the state of Alabama, you have been warned. Okay? This can happen. Now, this fight's been going on for 30-something years over public broadcasting, and you have been warned, and you still refuse to acknowledge it. So, you're playing a dangerous game here. You keep this up, Alabama legislators are going to cut your money out of the education trust fund, which they should do anyway. I mean, there's no question about that. But it's coming. You better start recognizing it.
Number 3.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams responded to border czar Tom Homan's pledge to, quote, flood the zone in sanctuary cities like his. Now, one of his responses was, well, I don't have anything to do with sanctuary. We're not a sanctuary. Blah, 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 blah. And it's funny because Karen Bass is kind of making the same argument. What if you want to come after and get like drug dealers up, we're more than happy to help you. No, you're not. You let them out on the street. Why are you lying about this? Why are you lying? But anyway, Eric Adams says, yeah, if you're going to come after this, we're fine. We'd love to go after bad individuals like the people who shot this cop. I, quote, welcome it. But then he made an irrelevant comment about people being arrested on the path to citizenship, because that's not what's happening. People with previous orders to be removed, they are being arrested and removed. People who are picked up with other bad guys, they are being arrested and removed. That's what's happening. So Eric Adams is kind of right, but mostly wrong.
Number 2.
Alabama United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. You know him as Governor-elect Coach U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville said, quote, "They gotta go home." He's right. He's right. He also pointed out that they cost the taxpayers an average of $70,000 every single year. How's that cheap fruit? Huh? We have to pay for the taxpayers' money, $70,000 a year. This is from Tommy Tuberville. Per illegal within our borders. We can't afford it. They got to go home. What hasn't been said a lot is that over 1 million illegals say, "I want to go home. If you pay my way home, I'll go." And thank God they're doing it. Over 1 million have gone. President Trump and ICE are after the criminals and the cartels that are here, the drug sales and the human trafficking. Exactly correct. Tuberville also praised the raids on Mexican restaurants and that barbecue restaurant in Foley.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
I mean, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? It's going to be the same thing every day, and Donald Trump is handling this so pathetically poorly that he is just opening up a can of worms for himself to deal with over and over and over again. That can of worms? The Epstein files. Yep. And here we are. House Speaker Mike Johnson says there will not be a vote on the release of documents about Jeffrey Epstein before the August recess, guaranteeing that this issue stays alive. Very smart. Very smart stuff, guys. Very smart. Even Martin Luther King Jr.'s family is calling for the release of the documents after documents were released surrounding MLK's death. Now, Mike Johnson wants the DOJ to handle it, and that is adorable. But he is handing a political cudgel to Democrats. As polls show, Trump's approval rating is dropping, even in states like Alabama, even though his MAGA base remains strong. Now, I received an email about this. I want to address it here real quick. They ask, well, how can his MAGA base remain strong? Well, his approval rating drops everywhere, including in Alabama. Oh, that is a very simple thing. Allow me to address this. It's happening because his MAGA base is staying strong, but he is losing everyone else over the Epstein thing, over Jeffrey Epstein. Guys, rip the Band-Aid off. What are you doing dragging this out even further? Why are you doing that? There is zero reason to go down this path and drag this out even further. Rip the Band-Aid off and get over this story. You saw what happened with the Wall Street Journal story. That's dead already. Once you rip the Band-Aid off, it's over. But for some reason, we're just going to keep doing this, and this is going to keep being a problem. I don't like it. I don't like it. Stop doing it. Let's take a quick time out here. You can jump in here if you are so inclined. 866-494-WVNN. Get your questions in for 10 with him. We'll answer those a little bit later. Todd Pyro from Fox and Friends First coming up in just a bit. And Yaffee will be here too. What a great day. Let's take a quick time out.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.